Sharon Wendo is the founder and creative designer of Epica Jewelry. Her pieces are influenced by different cultures across Africa, which she makes with a modern twist. Sharon has been featured in Vogue Italia, London Fashion Week, among other international and local outlets. Sharon, it's so good to interview you in this environment where I feel like I can get your artistry because it depicts it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How do you feel about it?
It's really good. I love the stuff. Really cool. Really cool.
Do you feel like it calls onto something in you?
Some inspiration.
Yeah, I love that. Yes, inspiration is what you get. I love that. Anyway, I am so happy to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
And congratulations on everything that you have so far done. You look lovely.
Thank you. You too.
Nice. So, I know you began this a while ago, but sometimes you don't get the actual years of when you actually began. You just get it like the ones on paper.
Yeah.
So, can you give me the actual years? The ones said.
When I really began.
Yes.
So I began in 2015 after doing this government project called Kenya Youth Empowerment Project, just helping like the youth in their 20s and 30s to just figure stuff out. And then it was a 1-year program. After the program, you get an internship.
I see.
So I got an internship, which was crafts. So I did like basic beading, which was doing like Maasai belts and necklaces and all that. It was a 3-month internship.
Right.
So when I was doing beading at that time, I didn't really like it. I was doing out of necessity,
I see. And what did you make?
I was making the belts, the Maasai belts. Mostly I was making the Maasai belts and the bracelets. It wasn't something I loved to do.
Okay.
So I was doing it because I was starting out, I needed the money. So the lady who actually taught me, I was doing stuff for her. So I was doing it for the money when I started. And when I was still doing it, I was looking for something else. And I eventually got something else. I got a job at a school.
Amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So in the school, what were you doing there?
I was the administrator, basically the front desk receptionist.
How was that?
It was interesting in a sense of, I feel like it was good for me because that's when I knew like this is not for me. So even during I was there for 3 months. After 3 months I resigned.
Oh, wow.
So I was there, I was not really there. Okay. I was not happy, and I knew this is not something I really want to do with my life.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So when did you get interest again into, doing beading?
I feel like when I was working during the 3 months, I was usually on YouTube. YouTube University, just checking out the different beading styles and all that. I feel like that is where sort of the spark was ignited, because I was just YouTube all the time, just checking out what I can do, creating mood boards and all that. So I feel like that is where it started.
And then later on, here we are with a showcase in Vogue Italia, 2018 Miss Universe girl. All from the comfort of your
home.
What? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I can't say it was not. It hasn't. I also don't want people to think it was easy, because there was it was a hard journey, especially when I resigned, because when I resigned, the month I resigned, I wasn't even paid, so I was starting from a place where I didn't have any money. So even when I started with like 500, I was buying like small packets of beads and stuff. I was living in a really small house, I was living with my aunt, so it was such a tough time because I have to figure stuff out, I had to figure my skills out. So it has been a long, hard journey.
So then now we're looking at you in your present day, and really most of the time people don't really want to understand or relate to you in that particular sense, because this looks like a story like, okay, you're here now, do you have to belabor that, but what do you feel that your story has done for you right now, that when you're standing here and all this has come, could you say you were very prepared for this moment right now?
The thing is, things have really gone up the last year, because the dream was to be here, but I didn't think I was going to be here like this soon, So things have things have worked out. I've worked out earlier than I expected. So I'm sort of adapting with the times, and being a creative, I didn't know anything about business. When you're in a creative space, you just know the creative side. So that's what I was concentrating on. I didn't know the business side. Yeah. So even when you're starting a creative business, you think you're just going to do the creative stuff, which is not. This is not that is not how things are on the ground. You have to do the business. You have to put in the work.
And speaking of the creative side and the business, you went to the Creative DNA, the whole BBC program, and it got you a lot of tools that you could use, which you're using right now. Tell me about that experience.
I feel like that was good for me, because as I was saying, talking about like the business side of creativity. So I hadn't figured those things out, and how the program was, it was so tailored to our brands. When you have like experts telling you like you should do this for your brand, this is what works, this is what doesn't work, it has been really helpful for me. So that's why I feel like 2020 wasn't that bad for me, because everything I'm learning, I implement in my business. So right now I know how to juggle the creative side and the business side.
Now with all that, of course, you're really equipped. But at the same time, you know, there's the thrill of the next thing and the next thing. Especially now that you know you can achieve whatever you had set your mind to, which I think is fantastic. And then we have London Fashion Week.
I know.
Girl. What's your life? You know, like that's what,
like that's like the biggest thing that has happened to me. Like I didn't even expect it to happen, but I feel like I was a bit proactive in the whole program. So I knew this is really what I wanted.
Proactive in what sense?
I feel like I developed like really a good relationship with Fashion Scout, because I actually asked them. I really wanted to do London Fashion Week, and I asked them for the opportunity, and they actually just said yes, which I've actually learned in business. There's nothing wrong with asking for stuff.
No, there's nothing wrong.
The worst thing someone can say is no. And they said yes.
You know, as a creative, you have to stay ahead of the game and also in front of your own game, right? So how do you do that, especially when you've seen all these things happening? Some people would end up panicking. Like, can I do this again? Can I replicate this? And you're not supposed to even replicate that. You just need to get the next gig. So how do you handle that process?
Being in the creative industry, I always have to be ahead of my game. And because I actually released my first collection last year, so my plan is to actually release a collection every year. And you know, being a designer, there are always going to be people copying you, so you always have to create new stuff, always, and sort of setting up structures so that even when people copy you, your business doesn't fall. People will always come to you.
I hear you, because I've seen your pieces, and some of them look like, you know, literally shirts, or you know, when you're creating such a piece, like the one that looks like a whole outfit or a dress, there's so many beads you have to put together. How many hours does it take you?
Wow, it takes like my biggest piece is a whole body piece. It will take up to a week to finish it.
Wow.
You have to pick a bead at a time. It's a lot of work. The beadwork is a lot of work and intense, and you have to be, I'm quite a perfectionist, so I would like my stuff like some kind of way, so I need things to be the way I want them to be.
And your pieces are inspired from all over the continent, right? Because I see a little bit of South Africa, I see a little bit of I think I felt like I saw a piece that could fit like a Malawi kind of like a culture, or so.
I'm really inspired by different African cultures and how like we love colors, bold colors, and that's usually what I want to put in my pieces. And also the thing is, my stuff is African, but I don't want it to be too African. It's a bit contemporary, so that I can just get to the wider market. So the thing is, when someone thinks about Kenyan jewelry, what's the first thing you're thinking about?
Masai.
Exactly, that's the first thing everybody thinks about. And if I want people to get out of that box, because we have so much more to offer. It's not just Masai. It's not just Masai jewelry.
And I love your neck piece.
Thank you.
Because I have a whole outfit that goes with that, by the way.
This is called the Furaha neck piece. Yes, it brings you happiness anytime you wear it. I feel like that's usually like the point of all my pieces. When you wear it, you just feel happy and feel confident. That's the aim.
Like the Jasiri collection.
And the thing is, I made the whole collection during lockdown. So so I knew it was such a tricky time, but I knew it's something I actually had to do. And they are really bold contemporary pieces, and that's the goal for me. It has to be really contemporary, so it can not just cater to Africans, but other black people around the world.
Who identify with our culture. Even if you're not African, you can still rock with them.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Then I see then, you've like catered your whole look to your persona. So if I were to describe, Sharon in a way that is not, normal, what I've read online, what would you say your style is, as the owner, CEO of Epica Jewelry? What is this?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, from your braids and everything.
I'm quite the free spirit, and I've always loved fashion. The thing is, I've always loved fashion. I tried modeling, it wasn't for me, so I knew fashion is something I wanted to go into. I'm the free spirit, an introverted free spirit.
An introverted free spirit.
Yeah.
You can't make that up, Thank you so much. I feel like I've got to know more of you right now, being, in the same space and feeling your vibe, liking your swag, getting the neck piece later. People have to see me in Furaha.
I have to represent.
Yes, in Furaha. What should we?
I know.
Yes.
And thank you for having me.
When Sharon began her passion, she really wasn't into it, but she had to do something else to realize that she actually does like it. So fortune can come to you when you are going in the direction of your dreams.